Yes, season 2, man. Jeez. Reminisce Show every Tuesday, man. You already know what it is, man. The traditions of Sankofa, man, to go back to collect what we may have forgotten, man, in order for us to move forward, man. It's always moving forward thinking. You know, the future is now, the future is today, the future is behind me. Right there.
Yeah, the future. Yeah.
Represent. That's what it is. All love, all blessings, man. Yo, I just love how today, like, we didn't even plan this. Like, both of us come through with the tank tops, stolen from Africa. You got like the original, man. We got like the new improved, but this is Sankofa right here. You know what I mean? We got to go back to move forward, man.
Straight up.
But we're gonna do it in fashion.
Yeah, no doubt. On every level: fashion, arts, culture, communication, politics, religion. Relations, everything, man. Yo, I like how you said that the future is behind us, because ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Come on now.
Yeah.
All day.
I heard this one of my illest all-time sayings of all greatest. I heard a saying somebody said once: time fears the pyramids.
You gotta break that down for me, man. I think that went over my head, yo.
Yeah, where it's saying time fears the pyramids. Like the African pyramids are so timeless. They're so timeless. They're like, time is like, yo, we even respect that you are more timeless than we are, and we are time.
Okay.
And it's like, deep, yo, man. The pyramids. If there's one thing on this planet that's been here longer than time itself, it's African pyramids.
Man, like Mama Africa is the way, man. You know, it's always the way to move forward, to look back, like, you know, the alpha, the omega, beginning and the ending, like timeless. Like Mama Africa has always been timeless. That's what it is, man. You like time is unapplicable. So that's just where it is.
Yeah, before clocks, before calendars, before everything. It started in Africa with an African mother being like, yo, we don't even have numbers or words. We just got African love, and that's the start of humanity.
Come on now. And then it just spreads from there, man. But it feels like summertime in Toronto right now, man. Like I said, man, we both got the tank tops on. Didn't even plan it. Great minds think alike, man. This is just what we do all day, man. Stolen from Africa. But yo, like, how are you feeling though, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, to be honest. I got my taxes back. I got a little bit of loot. I actually got a new. I don't have a video to show, but I got the director's cut of my brand new video, my 4th video from that project. From that project that I recorded in with the Nigerian brother.
Yep. Here we go. There we go. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, this video it's really cool because I kind of is one of the first time in my life where I came up with a story in my head, and I was like, let's film it like this. So we shot it. So I pretty much am the co-director of the video, and the concept is giving people their flowers while they can smell them. So
I love that.
I was like, yo, I want this to happen for me. I want it to happen for others. And I was like, let me just really, so there's the whole video is filled with flowers, and we really nailed it. So we'll see that soon. But like, I'm curious
to know, like, how did you get all the flowers? Like, did you like go to like some kind of like greenhouse, or like what, like, you know, how did you get all the flowers? Or is that something we got to wait for the video to figure out?
No. It's not too big of a secret. We actually went to just shoot it at Trinity Bellwoods Park, and nice. We shot it all there. There's a lot of beautiful flowers there, and we got some of the cherry blossoms. I didn't get the full cherry blossom season, but we got some cherry blossoms, and then we just got some ill cinematography tricks, and it's like,
there we go,
just giving the people the flowers while they can smell them. I want that concept to really be out there, because that's what Sankofa is, and that's what hip hop is at its finest. Like, whether we're sampling or we're just like paying tribute to our teachers and heroes.
Exactly. And especially, you know, the people who have like impacted us or shown like, you know, positive like inspirations or whatever. Because I've noticed even for myself, like, you know, just me doing what I do and being authentic, and then how I do that, like, that's like inspiring like other people that I may not even like have a conversation with or interact with, but they're seeing me somehow. My energy is connecting with them in different ways. You know what I mean? And you never know how you're going to be impacting someone. You know, and I've been blessed to have, you know, even just strangers, you know, just message me or come up to me and be like, "Yo, man, I really appreciate what you're doing. I like how you show up and whatnot." And it's great. You know what I mean? I think that's the type of energy that this world needs right now. You know, it's for humanity, you know, in order to push us forward and have like stronger connections, you know, because I think that's the bottom line. We all are looking for connection, and that's an easy way. You know what I mean? If someone is influencing you, bigging you up, you know, or like, yo, give them a shout out.
100%, fam. Like that's really everything. Like no matter, you know, no matter how big an artist get, like it all starts with like one fan and one small group of people that just grows. So like each one teach one, and each one is part of it. So, you know, we all need those people, and when you get them, you know, you just got to show them love. Like whether it's an artist being like, yo, I love that artist, or certain artists who are like, yo, man, I really appreciate you fans. Like you really got to give people that respect and that show that love that you can while you can. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
But how about you, man? How was your week? How have things been going with you?
Yeah, man, week was pretty chill. You know, like I said, I'm just loving this like warm weather. I've been like outside like multiple times, like, you know, a day. You know, the weekend was pretty chill. You know what I mean? And yeah, like this week it's interesting. Like it's a busy week. Like I have like a few different like assignments. I'm like, you know, editing like this like, you know, webinar, and then I have like my virtual classes and then the lives and all these different things. But it's like, you know, it's a lot, but at the same time, it's all like flows in a certain like direction. You know what I mean? Like nothing is like overwhelming. You know what I mean? I feel like really productive and getting stuff done. And I'm also like challenged too. You know, I feel like I'm being challenged in a healthy way to really show like what I'm capable of and really use my talents. And so that's kind of like the reflection, you know, for this week so far. And just, you know, just a reminder, man, to like, yo, like be your authentic self. You know what I mean? Like it just saves time. It just saves energy. And it's so empowering. And, you know, if I can be like an example of that to encourage others, you know, like then that's a blessing, you know? So, but yeah, no, I feel blessed, man. Like this, like I said, the warmer weather is really inspirational. And yo, I'm looking forward to summertime and just being outside, man. Just tank tops all day, man. Tank tops and flip flops, yo.
You said it, fam. It really is. And like, you know, there's a few little tiny concerts slowly kind of popping up for August and September. And really? I saw Alicia Keys. She officially put out her world tour schedule for 2022.
Okay.
So like, and like, I heard there's some theaters that are slowly going to start opening in a couple of weeks or months. So, but for the most part, and these things are going to be at half and quarter capacity for the like slowest part. Yeah. So like, for the most part, we're probably going to have another summer where we're outdoors, which is a good thing.
Yes.
And, you know, the one thing you can do is chill in parks and appreciate nature and and reconnect to each other with that.
Indeed. I think that's one thing that I've noticed a lot is people like, you know, appreciating just like nature and just reconnecting and just being, you know, like just simply just going to the park and sitting down and having a conversation or whatever. Like down here, like a lot of people be doing that. And it's just a reminder of like our essence and just being grounded and connected to the earth. And, you know, instead of always being in the hustle and bustle, man, it's like, no, man, we can just breathe a little and just be. So yeah, man, great reminder, man. So yo, summertime outdoors, man, let's make it happen, man.
You said it, man. It's Will Smith season, yo. It's time for that song. Time for that song to drop.
Right? No doubt. Man. But yo, on that note, like what's popping in like, you know, like hip hop news, man? Anything that needs to be addressed, man, that's going on, like anything that's on your radar?
Yeah. What the big story that happened in the last couple of days is the Joe Budden story. And there's like two levels to it. One level is Rory and Mal. I don't really listen to the Joe Budden podcast too much, but I know I kind of keep my eye on it. And Rory and Mal were co-hosts on it, and they had a big beef with Joe Budden in the last little while. And then they had tried to were talking it out a bit. And then Rory and Mal were asking Joe, "Hey, what's up with the money? What's up with the contracts? Can we just see like what we're going to be paid?" And right. Joe Budden went full fucking Suge Knight on them and we're like, "Fuck you! I'm I ain't paying you shit. This show ain't shit without me. You're not you know you're like you don't have a space to talk and like so Joe Budden kind of went scorched earth and he kind of went wax slave master and then he fired one of the dudes and then was kind of like
fired him on air.
Guy on,
Did you fire him on air? Like, was this like live?
No, these dudes are getting like aired out on air, like embarrassed on air. He apparently like cut the podcast, but a lot of people still got it. He tried to remove it, but he fired one of the dudes and then kind of suspended one of the dudes, and then a lot of people were like, "Yo, Joe Budden went too far. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is hip hop. We're all here trying to tell each other like." Don't sign no slave contracts to no labels, like
we passed that, right?
Own your masters and like talk to business. Like this is hip hop. We're all inspiring each other to do that. So then like Joe Budden's dudes ask him to do that, and he cuts them off. So apparently Joe Budden has apologized yesterday. He apparently like people were like, "Yo, you went too far." So apparently he did apologize and was like, he even admitted he's like, "Yeah, I kind of have bad management skills and bad leadership skills," which is a real long-term thing about Joe Budden. So he's like kind of apologized and backpedaling on what he did. So I'm saying like he did the good thing in that situation. First he did the bad thing and then he's making up for it. But part two is as soon as he was making up for it, a female co-host on his show came out and said that he was sexually assaulted. He was like verbally sexually assaulted her and physically kind of was really uncomfortable and gross with her. Yeah. And she brought receipts out the ass with videotape and audio tape and was like, "Yo." So
unacceptable, yo.
It's very unacceptable.
The time and place for everything, and that is not the time nor the place, man. Like as I hear, like, as you're describing, I haven't heard the radio, segment or any kind of like feedback. I did see some like posts and memes or whatever that like something went down and Joe Budden podcast is no more or whatever. But, Joe Budden is someone who's like struggled with like mental health for like a while. You know what I mean? Like there's times where he can like really keep it under wraps, but like he's dead. And I'm by no means am I making excuses or whatever, but
yeah, not at all.
It's just interesting, like how, like, it shows up in different ways. You know what I mean? I think he's mentioned that like he's like bipolar. I'm not sure which one there is. I think there's bipolar 1 and 2 and whatever. And he's mentioned that in his music. And I remember seeing him on an episode of The Therapist. That's like a series that I've been big enough for like a while. There's like so many amazing artists that went through on there to like really, discuss certain things that they've gone through, like childhood experiences and whatnot. And it's just really interesting how it can show up in like these different episodes, and it kind of reminds me. I mean, this is a little different though, but it kind of reminds me of like when Amigos was on air, and where Joe Budden just like was just not having it. Like they're just trying to have like a regular interview, and he's just like, "Who are these guys? Like, why am I even interviewing these guys?" And so I can picture him like in that mindset. Like he can't fake it. You know what I mean? Like when he's like done, it just gets to that space, and he just like throws the mic on the ground, and these guys are ready for like war. They're ready to beef, and he was like, "Yo, like what up?" And
I remember that.
It didn't get to where it is though, but again, this really brings up like just like mental health in hip hop and what we really need to do in order to just like I guess like normalize the conversations, but then also to like figure out like what kind of supports that we can do. And by no means again am I justifying any actions, but I just know it just brings me present to like a broader like issue that I've seen pop up in a few different ways. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. And if you see the way Joe Budden talks, especially when he gets angry, like he really sometimes loses control. He's got energy balance and anger issues, and definitely probably just basic anger management issues. Joe Budden is as fucked up his Def Jam contract. Joe Budden was pretty much the central breakup for the Slaughterhouse Group on Shady Aftermath. Joe Budden has burnt many bridges, and he actually for the 2 times was I actually saw him do this interview with Charlemagne about a couple months ago, and Charlemagne came out and actually said in his face, he's like, "Yo, Joe, you're like, you fuck up a lot of your own shit," in his face. And it was one of the few times where I totally agreed with Charlemagne. And Joe Budden actually was like, "Yeah, I do," and he like 100% took. I was like, "Good, like you really like good. You need to take responsibility for your mistake." And like, I mean, when it comes to sexuality, that's just on a whole higher level of responsibility. That if you physically or verbally, abuse somebody, like you have to, you need to, especially if you're a superstar or have a podcast platform that big where you have millions of followers. Like immediately, I want it to happen as fast as possible for anybody. But like, Joe Budden, like you doing that shit, bro. Like you gotta, time out on your podcast, man.
Yeah.
Like, if your lady co-hosts feel wrong, like you gotta.
That's something to address that he has to deal with, most definitely. I would encourage everyone to go on YouTube and check out like the therapist with Joe Budden. I mean, there's a whole bunch of like episodes that are amazing. From Joey Badass to like young Ma to Deja Loaf to Prodigy of Mobb Deep. Like so many other like incredible artists, and the therapist, I forget his name, but like Siri or something like that. Anyways, like he does like an incredible job of just like creating this like space, this like safe container for these artists to explore. And Joe Budden did speak about like his anger issues, and a lot of that comes from like childhood and whatnot. So this is why like healing work and we call shadow work and all that is so important, because the way how it shows up in our adult life, sometimes it could work, you know what I mean, from a creative standpoint, but then other times it's like really like destructive. And, I think it's important for us to have that kind of awareness, that's why I'm so big on the self-development and really just building on that accountability, all of that, man. So
absolutely, You're so right. And big up to that therapist. I saw the episode with Prodigy, and that was so dope. I saw a side of Prodigy I'd never seen in my life, and it was right. Whether it's sitting down on a couch or doing something artistic or being with your family, like everyone needs like a really healthy form of therapy. And like that, especially in the Black community, it's something that we don't talk about. And it's something there's so many things that get hidden and just kind of put in closets and swept under the rug. So big up to people who go get that therapy whenever they need it. And like, but there was also something that happened. There was a new song with Nicki Minaj put out a mixtape, and there's a new song with Lil Wayne, her, and Drake on it.
Yep.
And Drake has a dope ass verse on it. And I read some like really subliminal underground beef shit about like there's one of these new Toronto cats that Drake is beefing with, and he sent some shots to the dude on the album. I never heard about the dude until 2 days ago. So
right, what's his name? Like Mula or something like that? Is that the guy? Or?
Yeah, that's it. Mula. Top Mula or Mula #1, whatever. Yeah. But I did hear the songs that they were Mula's Mula's catchphrases like "face me" or whatever, like "see me in my face" or something. I'm just learning about it.
Why does shout out always have to be like beef related, man? Like, why can't it just be like a regular shout out? You know what I mean? Like when J. Cole was talking about his like rollie on his wrist and how it was a gift from Drake or something like that. You know what I mean? Like that's a nice clever shout out or whatever. But these shout outs were beef, man. It's like, like come on, man. Like Toronto has enough of that energy. Like artists have literally died for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Drake, and I'm not even trying to get all deep like that, but he's in a whole different atmosphere, hemisphere, or whatever. You know what I mean? And like that whole like you know what I mean? I'm just like, come on, man. Like we got to move past this this type of energy. But anyways, I know it's hip hop. Hip hop's competitive, and it's founded on this type of stuff. For the underground artists, it counts as a shout out, even though it's it's not, but whatever. So hopefully he'll use that bit of 15 minutes of fame and capitalize on something. So I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, honestly, Drake has a couple subliminal shots to this dude, and it's for the super hip hop lyricists who break down shit, who be like, oh shit, he's talking about that cat. But like, we're not. Drake, near the end of the song, he says some lines that are just the absolute truth, where he's like, I'm already known as the GOAT.
Right.
You could try to get close, but you won't. And it's like, yo, man, like nobody, like there's like 5 or 10 people on the planet who are beefing with Drake, who are going to like come neck and neck as far as public opinion and financially like benefit from it. For the most part, you're gonna take a bunch of L's on a bunch of levels. And like,
well, you know what, we'll
like,
get
even a Meek Mill can't do it. Like,
yeah, well, we'll definitely give him a shout out for, like, you know, because he's been labeled as our decade artist of the decade, you know, which you know, rightfully so. Like, he's definitely been
rightfully so. Like, who else could have been? Like, think of another, like, just it's like, well, Kanye, and it's like, no, actually, Kanye did a bunch of interesting things, but
you're right. He had moments, and he did do some interesting things, and he did contribute to the culture. But when you talk about like an overall, like the consistency and overall sound, and able to like adapt and just kind of like, you know, like keep moving and still there, like very, very consistent. So salute to Drake for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and
Yo, no, absolutely. I love Drake for that, but you know, I love Kanye for that. But Kanye kind of he's man of the decade, not quite musically, but like he on a bunch of other levels, definitely business wise, he like he didn't quite surpass Jay-Z, but he definitely got in Jay-Z's fucking stratosphere to be like, yo, he's one of the only other billionaires. Kanye's clothing line, Kanye, you know, he did all this other stuff. He owns all this property, so that's cool. But like Kanye's musical impact, kind of in the last few years, isn't what it used to be. But like, he's not. It's just not the same. But Drake musically, yo, the whole decade, man, number one. Nobody could fuck with Drake in the whole decade. That's just
so. Speaking of a decade, you know, I actually got some footage from a J. Cole concert that was shot December 3rd, 2010 at the where was this? This was at Sound Academy. So this is before Rebel, the Sound Academy. And you know, where J. Cole brings about on stage. I'm gonna pull this up, man, because also too, man, shout out J. Cole, man, dropped his album. I've been bumping that, like, you know, all weekend rather, because it came on a Friday. And yeah, man, I'm a big fan. You know what I mean? I know we have some opinions. But, you know, I got to big him up, because I always appreciate artists who, like, you can really see the evolution and maturity, and from when he started to where he's at now, like, he's already seen different heights and, you know, wealth and whatever. So now it's like, I think with certain artists, once they obtain that, then it's like, okay, like, what really matters right now? And, you know, I know that he's a father now, has a son, and you know, I love how he incorporates that into like his routine and having schedules and structures and all that good stuff. So coming from a place of just all over or whatever, and seeing his growth and really you know, putting that through music, I think that's really what it's all about, man. So shout out to them. But I'm gonna play this clip real quick, man, from literally a decade ago. And yo, we got nonstop like footage for y'all. You know what I mean? That goes back when we, you know, myself and my mentor have been in the scene where we're no strangers to it, literally at all the concerts. You know, we can go footage, man. Like, yo, we out here. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's try to see. Let's see what this is, man. Let me get some volume on this, man. Throwback.
Reminisce kind of thing.
Yeah, reminisce, man. This is what we do. Here we go.
Reminisce.
So I do it back. Now my niggas holler who is that? But when she fast, she don't need you running to it. I'm gonna take you home. Turn it up, control, baby, so there. Baby, you so far. Hey, can I hit it up? Hey, can I hit it up? Hey, can I hit it up? Hey, it's all right, when you go there. Hey, can I hit it up there? Can I hit it up there? Hey, can I hit it up there?
Oh yeah, Jersey.
Hey,
Hey.
throwback, man. Jeez.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was before the renovations, before Sound Academy turned into Rebel.
Yep.
J. Cole, no dreadlocks, baldy Drake.
Drake with no facial hair.
Oh yeah, for real. But before 5 o'clock, Shadow Drake, and no beardy Drake.
Man,
love it.
Earlier, and I even got footage even earlier than that, man. That I haven't even released yet, man. Like I was at Drake's release party for the So Far Gone mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like it was at a spot somewhere over at Young and Eglinton, low key spot, man. Like all kinds of celebrities were there and whatnot, but. You know, I mean, we're gonna hold that off, man, for a little bit, man, as we reminisce, man, because that was back in 2008. You know what I'm saying? Like 2000, about 2008. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a lot. This is not the first like footage of Drake that I have. There's other concerts that I've been blessed to attend. Shout out to Maul, man. You know what I mean? Brought me through to a couple. We've been to seen Drake in Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto a couple times, and like those guys know how to get down. I'll tell you that. Chill, man. Yeah, man. But big up everyone.
Yo, man. And yeah, what did you think of? Did we talk about the J. Cole album like itself? Like, did you want to talk about it a bit? Like, oh, you were saying that you were playing it, but like, the growth or whatever. Like,
growth. I mean, there's certain songs that I think that really stand out. There's the one with Little Baby. I forgot what the song is called. That one stood out. There's another one called Let Go of My Hand. And that one was kind of like a reflection type song, you know what I mean? Like I like how he starts off, and it's like he's just having a conversation, you know. So in the beginning, he's saying something like he's writing to this beat that he got like a year ago, like you know, he's really just explaining that, like, you know, sometimes when you get an instrumental, like the vibe isn't there yet, it's not ready, you just kind of put on the back burner. And he was just like on a flight and just kind of like went through and it's like, oh, let me just peep this, and then now he's like writing to it like a year later. And I thought that was so real. Like I resonate with that, because there's times where, you know, like certain artists will send me like, you know, beats or whatever, even still, you know, instrumentals that I have to drop on. And sometimes the vibe isn't right. And then that one day it just hits you, you know what I mean? And then you're just reflecting and whatnot. And it's kind of like this introspective type of, you know, perspective. And I've always appreciated those kinds of songs when it came to music. So yeah, man, it's like an audio diary.
That's
cool. Yeah, it's just an honest perspective, and you know, I always like appreciate that more than just you know, trying to create something that you're like not. So yes, sir.
Yes, yo, word up. And yeah, yo, I actually pulled out a flyer. I was cleaning up my crib, and I got a flyer, yo.
Okay, I mean, like before we play that, actually, you know, I think we got like a couple more seconds left. I do have like this one more clip, and this is like I mentioned before, it's Battle of Americas, US versus Canada 2014, North by Northeast. I believe this was at maybe Opera House You know, you probably know better than me, but I don't know. I'm gonna play this, man. Shout out Hip Hop Canada, man. Yo, we're gonna get back on the concert vibe just now, man. But let me play a bit of this, man. Show y'all that me and Ben have been doing the thing for a minute, yo. This ain't nothing new.
Wrong time.
USA.
That could be the Opera House. It could be that.
Yeah.
Well lit. Oh yeah.
Yo, what up? It's my vendor Supreme, Soul from Africa, Hip Hop Canada. Yo, we're in the North by Northeast Battle of the Americas, USA versus Canada beat. And it was 30-30 down to the final round. Cats went all in for all the marbles, for all the chips and all the cake. And oh my God, USA stole it on Canadian soil. Goddamn, they got revenge for Texas. So it's 1-1 right now. Hey, homie, yo, tell me how to feel.
Feels good, man. I was actually in that South by Southwest battle, so yeah.
So tell me how good does it feel?
Feels good, man.
So, all right, you ever been up here before?
Not as an adult.
Not as an adult. Hey, tell me your name.
King Henry.
King Henry, all right, where you from?
Based out of Houston. I just moved to New York.
Okay, tight, yeah. How was the competition for you? How was the sound? How was
it? Was crazy, bro. Toronto got that crazy sound, and then the team we know from and they brought what they had.
All right, so what did you think Tilo, that Canadian with the boom bap one?
It was crazy. Yeah. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah. What else is one of your favorites, if you can remember?
Really, that was the most memorable, so I know it deserved to win the best beat. It really stuck in my head.
All right. Any last words before we go? Before you enjoy your champagne and just victory's lap?
Got a tiebreaker to do.
All right, tiebreaker to do. All right, yo. Until round 3, brother. Yo, love, peace, and hip hop to you, man. Enough respect. Yo, man, love, peace out. Story from Africa TV, Mom Bennett.
Yeah.
Who
was that? Who the hell was that?
You're so amped,
wow.
You're like, oh my God.
Yes.
Yo, 2014, man. Don't worry, I got more footage for y'all. That there's more. There's more where that came from.
I need that. Those are like injections of self, and just in the veins.
And just like being in, again, like, the hip hop community and the vibe, and again, like, these are just spaces that I just took for granted, So as soon as things are like moving forward, like I said, man, I'm going hard, super hard, man. Put the battery in my back, man.
I need all of those, because that's just rebuilding pieces of my own memory. That's just what I'm saying. I've been to so many thousands of concerts, I don't remember all of them. Like I'm looking at that and I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck? Oh, okay. Like I vaguely remember that, but like, thank you for reminding me of that.
I don't know if you booked it, but there was a quick, like, what do you call it? B-roll of like you and Young Guru. Like you
I saw that. I saw that part. I was like, oh shit. And I remember that means like, that's why I was chilling. Cause the second time I remember meeting Young Guru was at Mod Club. Okay. And then I also met him another time I met him at Mod Club for this event. So, but yeah, man, I didn't realize that was the first time.
Real quick, just for those who don't know who Young Guru is, man, that's Jay-Z's like engineer, like sound guy. You know what I mean? So, and what else? Like producer? What does he do? What else does he do?
Yeah, he's pretty much a producer and engineer. He's pretty much to Jay-Z what Oliver, with what 40 is to Drake. Right. He recorded like 80-90% of Jay-Z's vocals for the last 10 years.
Yeah, so when you hear Jay-Z like, yo, Guru, turn on my head, he's not talking about Guru from Gangstar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I always thought that he was, but I was like, wait a minute. Like, anyways.
Yeah, Young Guru. But got quick shout out to our guests. Yo, big up Jimmy, big up to Kwame, big up everybody, Colleen, Sandy, all the people in the comments. Yo, thank you for keeping and yeah, man. Big up Jimmy. Jimmy goes back a long time, man. I know Jimmy a long time, man. That's a good home. Same with Kwame. Kwame is brother.
Kwame, come on.
Yo, man.
Man, Kwame's going to be coming to our Monday Instagram lives, man. You know, like you good fam. You know, we're going to be talking about like NFTs and, you know what I'm saying? Like all this like digital space, man. Like he's just like a mastermind with that. So I'm excited to bring that conversation to like, you know, the platforms that's more focused for young folks. But, you know, everybody joins in, man. So I'm excited for that, man. But big up Kwame, man. Symbolic as always. You know, we had him part of, you know, season 1 of the Reminisce Show, man. Now we're moving on to season 2, man. We're definitely going to have him part of this as well, man. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But
yo, you got a flyer or something? What you got?
Yeah, speaking of clubs, I mean, I remember second time I met Young Guru was at the Mod Club, and just across the street was where this happened. It was at Revival, and this is the Revival concert. So this is Blue.
Okay, who Blue? I don't think I've been to that one, man.
So this is a really interesting story. Blue was kind of one of those underground rappers who almost blew up but never did. So there was a dude called Blue in Exile, and Blue, like, he was, you know, he came in the like kind of the little brother generation, or like late 2000s, early 90s, and I mean late 90s, early 2000s, and you know, like he's from the West Coast, Seattle, and I was always wondering, like, why isn't this guy making it? And yo, he did a show here, and I'll never forget. He was one of the most arrogant motherfuckers I have ever seen, ever. And like. When we were at this Revival show, Notes to Self were opening. Big up the Notes to Self on the bottom.
Oh, yes. I already know.
But like, I was in the room and I was like, I've seen tons of these rappers. I've interviewed lots of them. I've talked to Nas, Kanye, Method Man. And I'm like, this is an indie rapper who's barely in a room that fills 200 people. And he's got like an ego bigger than Kanye West at the fucking ACC. And I'm like, yeah, man, this is...
Yeah. So you just settle down, man. Settle down.
Yeah, settle down, man. Easy. You don't have to... Like, he was just complaining about the mic. He's like, oh, what room is this? This is... Oh, man, I deserve better than this, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Just really entitled and spoiled. And he could rap. I'm not gonna say he couldn't rap. He was a talented rapper, but I just remember this concert experience very particularly to be like, yo, his ego was Joe Budden toxic level. Let me just bring it back full circle, like Joe Budden at his worst.
Man, that reminds me. Before we go, that just reminds me of this reggae artist Serrani, who had that one song. You know, like Hold Me, like, yeah, let me love you, dun 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 dun. Like this, man. I can't remember the words right now. But anyways, like it was a big reggae tune at the time. And then like the concert comes up and like, you know, all the, you know, the ladies like flock to the stage and they're just like, you know, loving. And it's one of those like, you know, like this what do you call it? You know, like a love song that's like respectful and whatever. But his whole attitude was like completely like not it at all. You know what I mean? It was like he was just, again, like you said, arrogant and just toxic. And I was like, yo, like this guy's really going hard. Like you don't even have to do that. Like, you know what I mean? You've already won the race. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it just turned the vibe off. You know what I mean? So anytime I hear like artists like that, man, I'm just like, yeah, well, that's why we don't hear about you no more, man. Because who the hell wants to be around that?
Yo, this is you nailed it. Like. There's lots of independent underground rappers who like almost had it and like, you know, they almost make it, but not everybody gets like a Lupe Fiasco where you get you do a verse on a Kanye West song and then you get your own career or like that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen for everybody anymore, especially less than ever. So like it didn't happen for this guy. Like a lot of people don't know who Blue is anymore. So like,
well, like, that might have to be another segment on our show, like, you know, the artists that almost made it, you know, and maybe
man, I would love to reminisce on some of those cats because I know dozens of rappers who almost made it, and I could have and should have made it, but wow, man, that's a great idea.
It just shows sometimes, like, you know, talent isn't good enough. You know what I mean? There's a lot of variables that go into it that make things work. You know?
Oh my God. I wish that.
Man. We'll get into it though. We get into it.
Yeah, word. If talent was if talent is all that it took, yo, I would be in a different place in life.
But hey, man, like, you know, like the movement don't stop. There's different spaces and places to navigate and whatnot, man. So, yo, man, we're still gonna get it, man. But I'm looking forward to a new project, and when you're getting ready to release, and you know, we'll keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thank you, yo. Yeah, man. You know, still working on it. Still, you know, actually, I think very ironically, as a very last note, I think Blue and Exile do have a project that speaks on the concept of giving people their flowers. I don't know if they have a song called Flowers or a project called Flowers, but I think they do have something where they talk about giving people their flowers while they can still smell them, and they do it for everybody, to artists who are not that great and artists who are great, just because like everybody has their own fucking little group of people. So do it for your tribe, do it for your folks, do it for your fam, do it for your heroes. So
there we go, man. All right, man. So that's what it is, man. As we reminisce, man, to go back to collect what we ain't forgotten, to move forward. That's it, man. Back to the future.
Back to the future,
all right,
man.
See y'all next week, man. Same bat time, same bat channel, man. Tuesday, 7 p.m. You already know, man. Reminisce Show. Let's go.
Yes, reminisce.